Alrighty. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, wherever you are. I hope everyone had a good morning so far. Looks like the market kind of iffy today. We'll go over why I think we are kind of iffy today in a few minutes here. If you could drop a like if you're just joining the live, much appreciate that. Hey, Matthew. Yep, I got a face cam on today. I've done the face cam like one other time on the lives, and I did them on some old YouTube videos, but want some people, you know, knowing who they're always chatting, so knowing who they're always chatting to, so. Camera looks kind of blurry, I won't lie. It's supposed to be a 1080p camera, but it does not look 1080p. Maybe I gotta invest into like a nice camera, you know? I want my face to be looking like Patrick Wheeland on those YouTube videos, you know? Real clear. Maybe get a green screen. Yeah, drop a like. We'll go over why I think market's kind of in an iffy spot right now in just a second here. So, yeah, no trades for me today. I just got onto the screens here because I just had sim practice, which, by the way, I'm about to be done with my sim career. I have 3 weeks left, so, and then I'll be doing live streams in the morning. So why are we not having the best price action? It's because if we look at a daily time frame, well, first of all, daily time frame, we our objective for the week was taking this high out right here. Okay, so that was kind of our objective on the week. If we were going to move up, we wanted to see this high be taken. Okay, the high at 795. Okay, which we did take that yesterday. And on a daily or even a weekly objective, well, I guess what we want to see for the week, we wanted to see this level get taken. So once that level got taken, now every long trade gets kind of lower quality until we have more structure in the market, okay? So once this level got taken, every single long trade, at least for the next couple days, is going to be less quality. Because if we're taking trades in here, if we lower down to like a 4 hour, taking trades in here before this level got taken, we, you know, are pretty bullish, right? If we look on this 4 hour here, we respected this 4 hour multiple times, right? So once we see this candle right here respecting this 4 hour, then we can assume, okay, we're bullish, we're gonna want to be running these highs, right? So, I mean, if you're trading a 4 hour time frame, you could have taken a long, you know, with smaller size, targeting the high, kind of like that, right? Obviously, you'd want to use micros for that, but we saw we were holding this 4 hour, so we're assuming we want to take these highs. Okay, so any long trade in here is probably going to be higher quality than any short trade because of this fair value gap holding. Okay, once this fair value gap is holding, now we're in more of a accumulation phase, right? You can see we're basically just accumulating up here, right? There's not much to it. We're just accumulating. We're kind of moving sideways right here. Again, once we broke above this yesterday, look, this hourly candle, once we broke above that, we moved like just chopped all day in a range, right? And then today we're taking the high again, so I honestly assume we move sideways the rest of the day. Roughly move sideways the rest of the day. So again, once that weekly objective was taken, we wanted to see this high get taken during the sometime this week, this 795, 17794, and that got taken yesterday, and now we're just moving sideways. So any single long trade is not going to be as high quality, and I'm not saying short trades are necessarily better, but I think short trades are going to be a little bit better quality just because we already kind of took our long target. So, you know, we had right here, we had some accumulation here. So this could be the accumulation right there. Try to mark it out. So accumulation here. This could be the manipulation move, and we could have distribution down. So kind of an ICT power of 3 AMD, accumulation, manipulation higher, people chasing the market long. You know, your parents, your mom, your dad, they're like, oh, the market's, it's moving up, like we should probably buy now, right? Well, that's not really the case. So we're at all-time highs. I wouldn't really buy here. But that accumulation, so accumulation here in this whole area, actually, I mean, we can see this here as well, like kind of right here, more of accumulation phase. Then we had manipulation, taking out stops, right? Accumulation, manipulation, taking out all these stops, and then distribution to take out the highs. And now we're more kind of repeating the same thing. We're in kind of an accumulation phase all day yesterday, getting a little bit of manipulation, so could see a little higher, maybe chop around a little bit, and then you know, good potential for a distribution like lower. So I would say, again, shorts are going to be higher quality. Doesn't mean longs or shorts won't work. It's just that's what I see happening, right? So again, right now, the NQ bot took a loss yesterday. Let's review yesterday. 2 wins, 1 loss for me yesterday. Again, my time settings are slightly different than like the default, so if you guys want my time settings, they're right there. And I'm Central Time. But again, they're not too much different, but it'll make a little bit of a difference. Sometimes you guys will get an extra winning trade versus me, and sometimes you guys might get an extra losing trade versus me. It kind of flips back and forth. It doesn't really make that big of a difference in the end. But 2 wins, 1 loss yesterday. This morning, since the overnight session, since the new day, we had a pretty good amount of candles formed. So I wouldn't have said to disarm off of the candle formation. And then news, we did, today's Thursday, right? Yeah, we did have unemployment claims this morning, which is a pretty big deal. I would have probably turned off the algo, honestly, before unemployment claims. You just got to think about it. Like, would you trade high impact news normally, right? Probably not. So turning it off, you know, before and right after the news. So like this trade happened at 7:20. Probably wouldn't have been a good idea to turn off the algo at 7 if the news was at 7:30, and then maybe rearm it around 8, right? That would have avoided this loss. I mean, it's just more, I guess, common sense, at least to me. If we have high impact news, try and turn the bot off before the news and then turn the bot off after the news, or turn it back on after the news. And then again, we're in a 4 contract trade here because of this 1 contract loss. But again, if we saw this loss and you didn't want to risk a 4 contract trade, you could just leave it off until we get a 4 contract win, and then it reset back to 1. And if we lose this trade, then obviously it'll go into the 12. right? And if we check the MNQs, that's quite a bit different today. I saw some people chatting about that. And MNQ is actually different today. So I would have disarmed MNQ off of the bar, how many bars we had. So I've been talking about that a lot lately, right? So if we see this line is kind of the new day, right? So overnight until market open, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars. So I usually, my line in the sand, I like to say at least 10 to 15 bars, right? This was 8, but we only had 4 since midnight. So not a very volatile, night with MNQ. And obviously MNQ and NQ moved the same in price, but there's different volume, different order flow, which causes Renko bars to be a little funky. So I personally think I would have disarmed MNQ off of that because there was only 4 bars since midnight and 8 bars total since last night. Okay. So yeah, again, write it down. 10 to 15 bars is kind of the ideal number. But we had, I mean, if you think about it, we had that and unemployment claims. So just a couple things lining up. Unemployment claims isn't like a huge news thing where I'd be like, yeah, we should definitely disarm or disarm the whole day. But any high impact news, like let's run it through real quick. Any high impact news like PMI, right? You could turn it off right before, right after. You can turn it back on. Unemployment claims, again, you can turn it off right before the news, turn it back on after. Let's see next week. CPI, that's more of a day where it could be a little sketchy throughout the day because it could spark a lot of volatility. But at least, I would at least say turn off the algo at least like 20-30 minutes before. And then you can turn it back on 20-30 minutes after, okay? If you want to run it during that day. And again, same thing Thursday, all this news next week. Turn it off before, you can turn it back on after. It's if you miss a winning trade, whoop-de-doo, right? This week, I'll actually be gone this whole entire week. I'm at my last ever swim during this week, so February 18th to the 24th, I'll be gone. But looks like that's kind of a bad week anyway. There's bank holiday Monday, so wouldn't be trading Monday. FOMC Wednesday, I wouldn't be trading Wednesday. So just kind of some ideas there to be careful of, at least if you want to write some things down. Disarm the bot 20-30 minutes before the news if it's high impact on Forex Factory, and rearm it 20-30 minutes after. And then if we have under 10 to 15 bars formed overnight, then that's another thing where that just means it's not gonna, usually that means it's not gonna be as good of a day, right? I mean, MNQ has been performing probably better than NQ, I would say. I mean, yesterday we had 3 wins and a loss, so pretty good day yesterday. Day before that we had 1 loss, and then just a bunch of wins piled up for a long time. So I mean, pretty good. It's been performing well, which is very nice to see. Today, again, as I said, not performing as good. Had that 4-con loss, 1-con loss, 4-con loss. This could be a 12-con loss. Again, they're micros, but the reason for that, I think, is because of the not a lot of bars from overnight, right? And NQ, again, I have these levels on my chart that I have automatically plotted from Apex Investing Sniper strategy. It's automatically on the chart. Pretty good levels. Whenever we're around these levels on the chart, you can be a little careful. So like you can see we actually rejected right at that tippy top red level there. If we look over here, let's see. I know there was some others. We bounced from this blue level, rejected this level. bounced from these levels. So if you ever, you know, if my live stream's up and you see us coming into a level, if you wanted to be really safe, like wait until we break above the level, or you know, bounce from the level or something, kind of like what Captain Profits posts for his stuff in the Discord, right? I have it literally open to everybody. He's alerting for free right now, like to every single person. But he puts out levels, right? Important NQ levels for the day, marks them out, tells you guys, right? Good process. People that are watching, have you been looking at his stuff so far? Yes, no? But he's been killing it so far, so. And I know the live stream the other day was a little messed up. Not sure what was going on with that, but should be fixed now for when he does his next live stream. But if anyone has been liking Captain Profits, let me know. I would like to hear some feedback. So they've been golden. Good, Matthew. Glad you're liking them. Yeah, I'd love to hear feedback. So. Been checking them out more. They're quite good for sure. Good. I'm hoping you can do some more live streams. Obviously, I'm not pushing them to do a ton right now. Just want them to get used to everything. But hopefully, a couple days a week at least, you can do some lives. And I know the other day was my fault that the live stream was messed up. But since I've started reading them this week, about 8K in sim. Really? How many contracts are you using to get 8K in sim? It's probably what, 3-4 contracts, I would assume. One contract, 8K, that'd be very impressive, let me say. Getting some nice selling pressure here. This trade's definitely stopping out. Yeah, these levels on the chart here, if you ever see us moving close to them, obviously you can feel free to disarm, because they do respect the levels quite often. But that's, again, if you want to be really safe, right? 5 contracts with a 2-tick take profit. That's a very, very tight take profit, Matthew. If it works for you, it works for you. 2 ticks. So literally like 0.5. So what, you gotta be trading 100 times a day? Taking 100 trades? Is that roughly how many trades you've taken? Whatever works for you though, seriously. If y'all are just new in the live stream here, drop a like, drop a sub. Really appreciate it, guys. You're trading a lot. Yeah. I started trading with doing very tight take profits and looser stop losses, I guess. Obviously, you have to have a really high win rate. I've kind of transformed more into bigger trades, like you know, I'm risking 10, 15 points on NQ to make 30, 40, 50 points. And I go for, you know, one bigger trade, right? And that seems to be a little bit more consistent just for me, just because your win rate can be a little lower, right? You need to be on it and very, very precise when you're doing the 2-tick. But whatever works. You're gonna change it, just want to test the waters. Hey, whatever works though, seriously. Just if you're doing good in the sim, just do the exact, don't, like if you buy an eval, do the exact same thing, because an eval is still fake, you know, like don't get any more emotional with it. An eval is still completely fake. It's not real money. And you know, with Apex 80% off right now, you buy what's your average loss? What's your average loss, if you don't mind me asking? If you have a 2-tick TP, you gotta probably cut it pretty early. Like if it doesn't immediately hit, right? It's like we're getting a potential long entry around here. 75. Could see a little pullback up here. This trade's not really ideal personally, but trade that's in right now, there's just a lot of resistance up around that 90 to 95 area. You do a 4-tick loss. Oh, so it's really tight then. Gotcha. Well, whatever works for you. 2-tick TP, 4-tick loss. So are you only taking trades off of like, are you just waiting for momentum to kick in? Are you waiting for those key levels? Are you waiting for the captain profits levels to be hit, and then you're kind of taking them off of there? A good chance we pull up to about 89 level if we're gonna pull up here. 89.50 is kind of a big level right now. So keep your eyes peeled for that 89.50 level if we pull up there. Could act as a magnet, but then I would expect a bit of resistance around the 89.50. So just keep your eyes out for that. And then if we can get above 95, hold above 95, which is this red line, then we have some room up until about the 930s. So David, what has been golden? Sorry, just got there. David, we have a guy, Captain Profits, in the Discord. That's what they were saying. What Matthew was saying was golden. He's been alerting some stuff and giving everyone some trade ideas. New analysts, we're trying him out, doing well. He said his key levels and stuff he's been saying has been golden. So, and that's available to everybody right now. So, if you want to look at him, Matthew, mix of caps info, order blocks, price action, nice. Joey yesterday took a trade with you and made almost 2K on NQ, 3 contracts. The bad, since I did it with a sim account. Well, that's still good. Jenny, you new to trading, or if you're new to trading, then sim's definitely perfectly okay. Nice little potential long. I mentioned at about 874, and we're now at 85. So nice there. Again, watch that 89.50 level. If we pull into that, I expect a little bit of resistance around there. Yeah, if you guys are trading sim, like, that's perfectly fine. I would recommend, if you have a little bit of extra cash to burn, just practicing on evals, because I mean, if you want to get a 25k count, it's going to cost you 27 bucks right now. So like, just buy a eval. It'll help you a little bit more on the emotional end, right? Like, there's a little bit of skin involved, right? Because you have to pay 27 bucks for it, but it's still fake money, right? So if you lose the account, you lose your 27 bucks. Anyone experiencing tons of slippage with NQ, mostly sim trading? It's really making me afraid of going live in the last few days. How much slippage are you getting? I mean, there'll always be a bit of slippage. Because NQ is just a volatile, you know, it's volatile. So, but like, how much slippage are you getting? Again, watch that 89.50 level. I expect us to pull into that, or once we get close, it's gonna be some resistance. So we're moving up on an increased volume. Yeah, 89.50 level to watch. You get like 6 to 7 ticks slippage, sometimes more. I mean, like, what are you basing your slippage off of? Like, if you're looking at this chart or something. So, I mean, 6 to 7 ticks of slippage is, that's really not, that's a point and a half of slippage. That's actually not bad at all, really, on NQ. And depends like what you're basing your slippage off of. Like, if you're looking at these trades, I actually didn't enable it this morning. I just turned my computer on. So like when you reload your chart, it's gonna show like no slippage at all. Like everyone's trades will be slightly off. Like I saw someone post yesterday that my trades were slightly different. So like if it entered me short at like 17,800, some people might get short at 17,802, and some people might get short at 17,797, right? There's going to be a few ticks of slippage because NQ is so volatile, right? And on like the ES side, if you're trading ES, then like I would say slippage wise, like 2 to 4 ticks is probably normal. If, you know, 4 ticks being if the market's moving a little faster. But yeah, it's pretty normal. So I wouldn't be too worried about that. Market definitely slowing down a little bit here. See if we can get that drive into the 89.50. Should act as kind of a magnet. So we'll see if we can drive up there. But we are starting to already hesitate. We've kind of rejected that 89.50 level a couple times already. And this 87.50 level as well is kind of a pretty big level. So yeah, 87.50 to 89. It's pretty big. So keep our eyes peeled. Right now we're trying to move up on less volume. Having a little fight up here on the 87s. It's like if we pull back here, let's see. This 87.50 level rejected again. Kind of just getting choppier in this range up here. Definitely getting slower, that's for sure.
Order filled. Target filled.
Moved up on less volume, rejected that 87.50 level again. Took a quick trade for a couple points there. Geo, sorry. Thanks for answering. Other markets, I didn't experience this much slippage. Yeah, no, you're all good, Geo. What other markets were you trading? Like, were you coming from like penny stocks or stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, a few ticks slippage on NQ is pretty normal, but I mean, if you're getting like 5 points of slippage, that's quite a bit, because NQ and ES are both very liquid. So you shouldn't ever be getting bad fills, you know, even marketing in. Like if I were to market in right now, you know, I'm gonna get filled basically right around 79, right? So 80, right? I'm not gonna get filled up at 85. Unless like you're buying on market open or like right when news is coming out, then you're obviously gonna be getting slippage. But in general, NQ market's very liquid. ES market is very liquid. So you shouldn't really be having problems. You know, but if you're getting like 5 points, then that's something to worry about a little bit. And that could have something to do with like your broker, your data feed, right? So expecting a pullback here, potential shorts around here 78 for a little scalp down. We did move up there on less volume around the 87.50 area and got rejected, so kind of getting some exhaustion up there. So we'll see if we want to pull back or if we want to continue higher. Again, I'm expecting today to be more of choppiness, because we already took what I was saying earlier. We already took that weekly objective. Remember, we wanted to take this 785 level was kind of our objective for the week. That got taken. Now I'm expecting more chop, because that, you know, we already had our goal for the week taken, so there's really no reason for the market to move much. So we could be in another accumulation phase here, manipulation phase up here, taking out more highs for a distribution phase lower. That's kind of what I was thinking. So you mostly did stocks trading, was planning on exploring to other stuff like Forex, and then found futures, and it just kind of worked out. Nice. I started with penny stocks as well. I don't know if you know who Ross Cameron is, but yeah, that's where I started. So, and now I don't like how he trades. I did okay with penny stocks, but penny stocks was a lot more emotional and like adrenaline rush, I thought, because you're looking at so many different penny stocks, and I don't know, you're getting stocks that are halting up, halting down. So yeah, but if you guys are new to the live stream, would really appreciate a sub. We're getting real close to 1,000 subs, so would really appreciate that. All right, so there was a potential long. I'm just looking at one of my strategies here. at 82. Looks like we're getting some momentum. See if we can pull up into the 87.50, 89 area now. Looks like we have enough momentum, so we should see 89. At 89.50. We'll see. Getting close. There's the 89.50 area. See, we'd want to hold above that. Hold above that area. Right now, kind of rejecting. Now we're popping back above. Moving up with some volume, which is good to see. Now we're holding that 89.50, so we'd want to see a move up to 92.50, then 94, which are these red lines right here. If we can get above 94, 95 with some volume, we have room up till 930s. This is the highest the market's ever been, right? So there's not necessarily resistance up there.
Order filled.
Kind of rejecting back below that 89 area, rejecting that 92.50 area. We'll see if we can try and get up and hold above that. We moved up on pretty high volume, which is good to see. So kind of rejecting that 92.50. We got to get above that 92.50 if we want to move higher. So, I mean, obviously we have to get above that to move higher.
Stop filled.
Potential long that was around 82, now up to 93, rejecting this top 94 area there. Let's see what the 1 minute's looking like here. Two minutes now, 2 minutes looking pretty clean. Again, need to hold above that 94 level. Right now we're rejecting that 94. Moving up on higher volume again. If we're going to move higher, we're going to need to hold this 89 level. Which right now it looks like it's trying to do, but if you guys have any questions, just want to chat, throw it in the chat. could not hold that 89 level. That's for sure. Also, if you guys could drop a like on this live stream, I would much appreciate that. Holding this 2 minute. We also have a 1 minute right here as well. Holding those pretty well. Again, we need to hold above 89. So on the, we're kind of there. Yeah, NQ's really struggling at these highs here, which is kind of what we were worried about, rejecting these 94, 92 area, which we are still rejecting. Market's not wanting to pull back too much, but potential short trade incoming. We'll see.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Yeah, it should see a little bit of downward pressure here. We'll see. Unless this fair value gap holds. If we break below this if we get a close below this fair value gap, should see probably 77. Again, we're still holding though. If you wanted to be safe, you could have closed. I mean, could have closed the trade for break even, but I mean, usually I just say leave it, but it's just weird because we're at all-time highs. So, you know, when we're longing, when the NQ bot's longing into an all-time high, it's gonna be iffy. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. There's always that little sketchy side of it, but. Getting choppy here. I do think we see a little bit lower. Not sure how low, but unless this fair value gap holds, but. "15-second looks honestly a little better than the minute, but we can get a close below this low. We should see, I would say 77, 75. Keep your eyes on that. Right now we're just still holding this 1 minute, so nothing there. Peeking our heads below, got to close below on the 15 second. What's that looking like? Close below on the minute, which does actually invalidate the gap, but I mean, we're pretty close to holding it still. It's like 2 ticks under. And we're holding the 15 second here as well. Perfect hold. Let's be like Patrick Wieland real quick. So we should be going long. Oops. So when that level's broken, should see 77.50. I think we see this low. Again, I can't predict the market, but that'd kind of be where I'd be targeting, and then 75.50 as well. Kind of this red line would be the target for a short. Got pretty close there, 1 point. Let's check higher time frame here. Got a 30 second. We could inverse that. .30 bearish. Getting some momentum back up. So target didn't exactly hit there, but let's check higher time frame. Well, I was on the 15 second, so because the market's not very volatile right now, so hey, 15 seconds. I mean, going from 15 to the 30, that's twice as much time. So, minute looks like barcodes. So
Order filled.
15 second looks a little more smooth in my opinion, but looks like we might be bottoming out here around 78. So I mean, market's not really doing much. It's not very high quality trading, but use a 12 range, 32 range, 60 on NQ. 12 hours, 15 second. Gotcha. Yeah, 12 is pretty tight for NQ. Card, are you using just a range bar chart on itself for manual trading, or? Yeah, here, let's see if we can hit the 77 level that we were talking about, 75, 50 afterwards, so. There's 77.50. And then that's the low. So next we'd be watching that 75.50. That kind of pivot area. There's 75.50. Nice sell-off. Kind of called the little mini short around 85, so
Order filled.
selling pretty good. Still could see lower here. We got room to about 60s, so if we can, 60 would kind of be a next target for shorts. Did our NQ trader turn off? Yeah. Let's turn on, let's go to MNQ. Main trading, trying to find larger time frame moves on the 60R, then scale down to my lower time frame, see smaller structure. Breaks once price retraces, find a nice. Sounds like a solid plan, Carter. So yeah, still could see lower here. Next target would kind of be 60s. Let me tell you exactly. 59.25 would be the target. We have a lot of price magnets down there, so yeah, I think we could pull to the 50s here. Just got to gain some speed because, you know, market's pretty slow right now. So yeah, I mean, market could do whatever it wants. So let me check. There's a macro. When's the macro? So we just had the macro close there. So yeah, okay. But yeah, look at this giant accumulation here. Manipulation at the highs. This is just a smaller model of what we're talking about. Accumulation, manipulation. Now we're getting that distribution leg lower. Right, that's kind of what we were talking about on the bigger picture of things as well. You like 860s and then 840s. Yeah, so what I'm looking at here, 860 would be a good target. We could easily get price magnet to 55s. And then below 55s, I have a big level at around 42, 46 and 42. So we'll see. Those are just some levels I got. But yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about with the higher time frame. You know, on like a higher time frame picture, we have, you know, ICT power of 3, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. We have accumulation here, manipulation the highs. So I personally would expect some distribution lower. I'm not sure how low, but that's kind of what I would be thinking. So but then if we go to a smaller time frame, again, we can kind of see that here. Accumulation, we manipulate it, you know, people long in some breakouts, manipulation, and then distribution leg lower. Again, these lows, we just swept this low 63, so we could get a pullback here. Just swept this low. Let's see. Let me see ES real quick. So yeah, divergence there, so be careful. Could be a spot where we want to yeah, take off some of your position there if you're short. Because NQ swept this low and ES did not sweep that low. So if ES basically holds this bullish SMT, could see higher. Or NQ could see higher is what I'm trying to say. So just be careful there. There's the 60s that we were looking for. That 59.25. And again, I said 55 could be a magnet. There's 55. Beautiful. Next target would be 50. Called another short, I think around 72. We called this initial short around 84. So currently up like 30 points from that initial. I would definitely scale some here if you're in a short, because we still have this SMT. SMT is just a divergence between NQES, and we swept these lows here, so we definitely can see a decent retracement at any point here. So just be careful. And we can see a beautiful SMT at the high as well. We swept the high here on NQ. ES did not sweep the high. And there was also, are we on the minute time frame? We are, okay. So yeah, there's a divergence from right here. Yeah. So just be careful here. Definitely could get a pullback. Pull back up. We had basically a quadruple bottom here. Triple bottom at 55s, which is what I was saying would be a target, like kind of a magnet for price at 55 area. So definitely a good idea to scale. You could basically go for a little long actually off of this SMT. So like right around the 60 level, trying to target, 70s or something, but that's pretty risky. So I mean, trading's risky in general, so it doesn't matter. Need to see sellers kick in now if we want to see lower. Don't want to pull back much anymore, so but the targets were hit there, 60, then 55, and then we bounced right at 55, so see if we can pull lower. Starting to move down on a little bit more volume, which is good. Good for shorts, but my neck hurts. See if we can see that 55 area again. There was a kind of a battle around the 55 50s, so still bouncing from that 59 area. So this is where we could see that
order filled.
Retracement higher here, we'll see. Yeah, if you guys are new to the live stream, hope you're enjoying. We're just kind of chilling today. NQBot did take the loss there. And again, we can kind of talk about that more, but MNQ I would have disabled today. And for people that weren't here earlier, the reason is I like to see 10 to 15 bars forming overnight just to be safe. We only had like 4 to 8 bars depending on when, you know, your midnight open or whatever. So I would have disarmed it just off of that rule, which I talked about last week as well. Got a potential long coming up actually. Did bounce right around that 55-60 area. So we were talking about, right?
Order submitted.
But yeah,
filled.
not a lot of bars forming, and we had the unemployment claims, which I would have at least disarmed for the unemployment claims and re-enabled. Look at this divergence that we called as well. SMT definitely would have scaled at those lows, right? Kind of called that. Now, I mentioned you could have taken a little long around the 60s, targeting kind of the 70s. So I don't necessarily call out buy here, sell here, right? But you know, keep that all in mind.
Order filled.
Looks like we might be getting a little choppy here. Just be careful. Market's a kind of weird spot right now, so. But that SMT right there, ES made a higher low, NQ made lower low. Usually that's a good time if you're in an NQ short. Take some position off, because if ES holds that higher low, we're gonna probably see a little bit higher. And we did. So there you go. Not liking longs anymore, really. The SMT was nice though. Jonathan, hi, what's the website to check out this NQ Algo? It's in the description of this live stream. Is it? Actually, it's not. That's just the Discord link. I'll post the link in the chat here. So that link right there will bring you to our website, where the NQ Algo is. Today though, took a couple losses, right? So that is 3 losses in a row, right? But again, I would have disarmed before these 2 losses right here, and I talked about that earlier as well. I don't want to keep saying it, but then before that we had 3 wins in a row, then a loss right here, and then we had 18 wins in a row. You can see if we scroll back, all these profit targets, you see that on the bottom and then the top, all these profit targets. So that's 18 in a row, and then we had the loss there. So pretty good. And again, you can change contract sizing. If you don't want to trade 1 micro, you could change it to like 5 micros default, so all these ones would actually be 5. That's kind of personal preference. So yeah, Jonathan, links right above you in the chat. It's not in the description. Descriptions, if you want to join the Discord, that's there. And there's also a link for 80% off Apex accounts. So said I wasn't liking longs, and there we go. I missed my short actually right at 60. The entry was 60, so
order filled.
Seeing some good downwards pressure. Targets would be 50. If we get below 50, the target would be 41, which is right around where Carter was saying he had an initial target. So yeah, I missed my initial short entry, which would have been around 60. So I already would have probably taken profits there at 50 for 10 points. Yep, no problem, Jonathan. No SMT anymore. that SMT is broken. Kind of nice just chilling on the live today. Probably stay on here for a few more minutes, but I already been streaming for over an hour. So probably gonna head out in a few minutes here, but kind of want to see where this, if we get some more downwards pressure here. But yeah, no SMT anymore, no divergence, ES swept the low, NQ sweeping the low. Like a little lower here, yeah. If we can get below that 50 point, we should be able to move. I have a pretty decent level there at 46. So I'd be, you know, I got a lot of levels here from 50 down to 40. So have to see a good amount of pressure come in. It's not looking terrible. It's not looking great. We already hit that 50 target. Now it's looking a little better. Starting to get some chop, some barcodes, as I like to call it, on a smaller time frame. Need to get a closure, a body candle closure below 50. Still barcoding on 30-second time frame. So I want to see a candle close below 50. Ideally, obviously. If we don't, then it is what it is. It's looking all right. See if we can pick up some speed right here. Let's see. Still holding 50. Man, this camera quality is pretty terrible, I won't lie. Very blurry. But it says it's a 1080p camera. Does not look 1080p to me. Must just be the live stream. Maybe I need to boost my live stream quality somehow. Volume's starting to die out here. So might not see lower at this very second, so we'll see.
Order filled.
Let's see. It's just barcoding right now. Holding that 50 level still. Now we're getting some momentum up. Honestly, it's had decent volatility since we hopped on the live. I mean, we were right up around 17.9, so about 50 points down. Not too bad, honestly, for lunch. Not too bad for lunch. Yeah, NQBot, 3 losses in a row, but again, I would have disarmed that MNQ this morning. I mentioned that. Yeah. Not much else. Not much else right now. Potential for some longs here. Holy, was there news? Oh my gosh. Oh, there's bond auction. Okay, that makes more sense. I thought bond auction was just yesterday. That makes a little bit more sense. I could actually see yeah, I don't know. I won't say. It's kind of funny though. I did not know there was bond auction. I thought bond auction was just yesterday. See if we can move any higher. This 89.50 level from earlier. Was a big jump. I have an indicator on my chart that shows me options, volatility options contracts, and right before the news came out, you could see the options were spiking up, and then boom, market shot 30 points up. Happened like 10 seconds before. It's kind of funny. Might be a money glitch. I don't know. Might be a money glitch. Potential long around here. It's pretty risky doing longs up here though. I don't really like this area. What indicator is that? It's a Apex investing indicator. I'm gonna make some videos on it soon. So nothing, it's not anything for free, but well, I mean, actually you could get it for free for a little while, but I'm gonna make some videos on it soon. It's basically just a really simple scalping strategy.
Order filled.
Longs don't look terrible, but I mean, we're right around the highs again. That 89.50 level that we were talking about earlier is right there, so I don't like that for longs. And we got the 92 and 94 level. So a lot of things that I don't like up here. And we actually just swept this little high. Oh, we haven't, is that a big SMT? Let me move to 1 minute. Yeah, big SMT here. NQ making lower high. ES making higher high. So if you're in longs, this is when I would be careful and potentially cut longs actually.
Order filled.
Just be careful up here. Doesn't mean we won't move any higher. It's just something I noticed. So yeah, if you're in any longs, just be careful here. It's not looking super pretty because of that SMT. I think it looks much better for shorts. But I don't like either because that bond auction is kind of just messed the charts up. But Marcus just whipping right now. you can see that SMT did create a little bit of pressure downwards, about 10 points. Still don't love longs up here though. We have some strong levels that I'd want to see us get through first. $89.50, I'd mark that down. And then 92.50, 94. Those are levels I'd be careful of. So anyway, I think I'm gonna walk away. Been on live for an hour and 20 minutes, so I'm just kind of messing around on sim today because I only like really trading in the mornings. But yeah, I think I'm gonna walk away. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the live. It's pretty fun. If you're new, please sub. Getting real close to 1,000 subs, and like the live stream. Tomorrow we're going to be doing a morning live stream. So yeah, I'm going to leave the live on for we'll switch it back to NQ here. Oh yeah, that's funny. Yeah, if you heard order filled, that's probably me. I'm just messing around. I didn't take any actual trades today, but that's funny though. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna walk away, guys. So I'll be back tomorrow morning for live stream. Live stream will stay up here for the NQ Algo the rest of the day as well. So have a good one, guys, and I will see you tomorrow morning.